Anna's carrying game right now.
I didn't see it.
Humble God.
There's some.
I feel like that's a meme. I feel like No Tail called him that. Or something.
yeah, something like that. All right, so I think it's pretty clear that both of you like OG's draft a lot better than what Brame is bringing to the table. But I'm very curious to hearing what both of you think Brame should do well this game in order to have a shot.
They just have to snowball Ursa's lane. Pretty sure that's the only way.
Okay.
If Ursa struggles against these AoE controls from like the Willow, the Riki Silence, you have to get that BKB, and then they have a lot of ways to kite you on as well. So I just feel like as long as the lanes go even remotely decent for OG, their game plan is just more well-rounded.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to play that matchup very often, but Small Screen really screws you over as a Tide Hunter. He needs to have a good game. And one of the ways they can give him a good game is off of sacks. They do have a coddle.
They do.
That is a possibility, right? He can give him the double anchor smash. They can clear through Ancient super fast. That is one way that I think they could get ahead.
Okay, well, let's see if they can, or let's see if OG takes the first game. We're going to head over to our commentary duo of Moxie and Fog.
Well, thank you so much, Shiver. This is the match that everyone has been very excitedly waiting for. It's the return of Ana. It's going to look good here. What do you think we're going to see, though?
I mean, he's playing Jug in a pretty nice matchup in this game. He's playing in the lane versus the Tide Hunter. Sure, maybe the Ursa core matchup might not be the best, but everything else I look in the game looks pretty damn good. Sure, Decrepify can be a little bit annoying to play around, but with spin being so prevalent in a lot of the way that these builds do work anyway, yeah, looks like a good matchup for him. And hey, we've got a lot of fun. We also do have Ceb on his Magnus, and then we also have Topson playing one of his most signature heroes that I feel like I always see him trying to sneak into a draft of Riki. So yeah, some real good fun on their side and some crazy scale potential, right? Like look at OG if they get it to super late games. Oh my god.
I don't know how you deal with that if you're Brame, but you know, like I said earlier on the panel, they have to make sure that this Ursa is going to snowball. And you know, we do have Stominen on his Earth Spirit. Do you think he's going to be able to assist and make enough things happen?
Peekaboo.
Let's take a look at lanes. I think that they can actually do a pretty decent amount with him because he can this lane for the mid. Like Pugna can actually apply a decent amount of pressure because you can force the wave out, force the wave in so hard versus a Riki. I think that they could look to actually pressure these towers really early on. I look at OG and they are pretty lacking at push in general, and you are playing versus the Pugna and Coddle where you can refresh, you know, Chakra for the blast, double blast on these towers. You have Tide in the front line. I think that Brame does kick up the pace, and they're able to set a good pace of just taking these buildings and get a good advantage. There's a chance, but you know, there's always the X factor of Magnus that just makes games really stressful about breaking high grounds. But I still definitely they love late game. They love the late game.
It definitely makes sense. They like to keep their fans on the edge of their seat as well, but do have a very high-paced draft coming out from the side of Brame here, as you said. So very interesting to watch. Of course, you know, SSA Spartan, he's on his Keeper of the Light. Keeper of the Light, of course, did get some changes though, so not going to be quite as good as he was before. I believe there's no longer a recall, correct?
No, there is not. However, your Illuminate can heal, so it can change a little bit, right? Like it could maybe work easily with the draft with the heal instead of recall. It all depends. Set it up as Dominant. They'll be able to roll in, snag the one, so they will get 3 bounties on the side.
That feels pretty good. It's a nice start going out to the side of Brame, but they're gonna need to do even more than that. So watching with a lot of interest.
Curious to see how the lanes are going to go. I want to see how this 5 Brewmaster does versus the Tide, because he doesn't really need to do like the craziest amount, because Juggernaut in this matchup is just, you can actually set up for a lot of kills. We'll probably see maybe some rotations. We'll watch Saksa, what he does, because he did start with boots on this Willow, so that tells me he's gonna be checking runes. He's gonna be shifting around his positioning a lot in this game.
I definitely think that's where Saksa really shines, is being able to be very mobile and kind of put that pressure down on the map and make it known. So interesting to watch for sure. Drop the brambles down.
It would look like they were trying to maybe go for one because he rolled in under tower, but didn't get a chance.
Did look like a pretty good opportunity, but nope, everybody's just chilling for now. So I'm just gonna roll on over here, make sure he blocks up the camp.
Nicely done. Very nicely done. Watching both sides. Yep. Dire side also. You block the small camp pull as well. And yeah, I'm going to be watching mid quite a bit because, you know, Topson, I feel like some of these games he really forces the Riki maybe it's either for a good matchup or just an overall good thing in the game. This game, I see a lot of reasons for smokescreen. This lane matchup does not sound fun though.
No, this definitely is very difficult for him. He's going to constantly be getting blasted. He's going to be decrepified. But of course, you know, like you said, OG, they play for the late game. They've got something up their sleeves or in their pockets in some cases, right? With this little Ricky, but Wish does have to be careful here.
He's playing nicely, dodging a couple of the blasts here with either like a blink strike to blink past it or a trickster trade. He's trying to maximize and not take too much damage on this Ricky.
Focus taking a lot of damage. He's hit 2 of these brambles, but is going to be just fine here. Does need to be a bit careful, especially with that shockwave pulling right back in.
That's a fun combo. Skewer through those brambles for sure. Can cause a lot of pressure and cause a lot of problems with the courier. We'll get it.
Now your fish food.
Well, there goes the boots, unfortunately.
Playing Ursa, these little roots are also quite annoying. You're just like, you're gonna land until you can't do anything. You click your after shock when you're in the root and you just stand still. You do a little jump in motion, jump in place.
Yeah, I can't do a whole heck
so
of a lot.
Lanes, they're doing pretty good in the last department.
Well, no, looks like Spartan's gonna be fine here. They wound up here with the Shadow Realm, hoping maybe they could get that angle, but not gonna find it this time around. So still no first blood, but plenty of chances to try to get it.
Yeah, Ceb a little off the mark there. Spartan had 10 wand charges, or 10 stick charges too, so he knew he had to pull him back if they did want to get that kill. Yeah, the last hits though, I'm checking them out. Look, even like TI8's even doing really well. They're forcing a lot of spins up from Ana up top too. So lanes at the moment looking hot for Brame.
And that's exactly how they need to be playing this here and making that space, trying to take towers early and allow this Ursa to really come online.
Yeah, something I've seen from a lot of these mid laners when they have more spam ability than the opposing. Top mid, bottom guys get taken out finally.
I feel like that's got to be like tradition though for Brave at this point, right? You know, as I say, Spartan usually the first one to go down here. That is just a position 5.
Yeah, I was mentioning, I wish, sometimes I'm seeing these mid laners lately, when they can super push the mid in, they actually run in and take the opposing 3-minute bounty run if you have a bottle. I think Wish can actually go for stuff like that this game, because he's playing versus Ricky. Ricky's not going to go for the same bottle as him, and he can't have that good rune control with pushing lane in.
There's so many runes that are available now as well. It's actually wild. We're talking about in the back room about how, you know, that 5 minutes comes up and the night comes through and you're like, oh, I feel like I should be doing something right now, but there's nothing there. I start
It feels a little awkward. It does feel like there should be some big thing, but it's not there anymore. As we see the water rune will get claimed. So we'll get the bottom one. Wish fills up his bottle on that.
And a little bit more pressure here over in this mid lane. Just tossing out a couple hits on the tower. But not too far behind here over here on Topson, really.
Top.
Top spin, Dominant, yeah, down he goes to the spin of the Humble God.
But it still continues to be the same thing. Like Ana CS 13 to the 26 of the Tidehunter. Skylark, he's gotten the start that he wanted to. He's already almost got the hood finished up too, so he's feeling very confidently just standing up because of that support, right? It's the fact that he has the Brewmaster with the jug that makes it just, you can't threaten the Tidehunter at all with the jug spin. Well, normally if you had any other range support, constant harassment into a spin will probably net a kill a lot of the time. So DOTA's doing his best.
I'm sure they calculated this a bit, knowing the matchups. I'm sure they'll make it.
They chose to make it the 5 as well, right?
Focus. They did. Ooh, that shockwave dragging back focus. Do they have enough though? The Shadow Realm, the boot comes out, and down goes the bear. And in the mid lane, the roll in coming out over here on Topson. He's immediately going to try to go and just circle away. And then throwing out a couple more hits, but he is indeed out of regen right now. So that's going to be a bit rough. Top lane, Skylark is going to be able to just teleport on out. There's no way to cancel that TP right now. He's feeling absolutely fine.
TPs to the tower as well, so we can stay up there and get that experience.
Oh, the roll down goes Topson with a big hit from Wish.
Very nice. I like seeing him making moves around the catapult. Unfortunately, their catapult did die, so they can't actually turn this into a bit of a push, but continue to apply pressure and some good moves from Dominant so far. These 3 lanes continue to get this good farm, even though OG, they have found themselves 3 kills. We are seeing just the overall power of these heroes, their positioning of what they're up against. Looking good.
I also like the fact that...
Control.
Oh yes, that's very, very important, especially when you have a Pugna here. But I like the fact that Brame is really just playing their style of Dota still, you know? They said that the one team that they're a little bit worried about was, of course, OG, but that hasn't deterred them from just playing super aggressive.
Yeah, I like that they even like just put it out there, the way that they opened up their draft, right? The Earth Spirit straight into the Pugna, that just means that's a kind of a statement. You're going for a certain strategy right away inside of the game.
Stomina making his way over to the top here. Down Humble Go. Spins coming out again. You talk about him just being so tanky. Let's do a whole heck of a lot. Stomina looking for the brawl. He's going to be able to connect it over onto No Tail. Skylark making his way over. Would love to get the final hit. And down goes No Tail as Wish again just pushed back here in this middle lane.
Very nicely done. 2K lead. Seeing Saksa, he's starting to get those stack start. I almost said Staxa? I like it.
It.
Is getting the stacks, you know, because he's got that Magnus, he's got this Empower that's going to be kicking in for their double cores. He is mid.
Yeah, that was a little close there, but they do have the ward on the side. They were aware that, of course, SSA Spartan was sitting off on the side, and you saw Topson had already kind of bent for the dodge and had No Tail, of course, right behind him, so he had a blink. Available.
But they're being annoying. Look, even Spartan comes mid. He just continues to blast to refresh the chakra, the blast from the Pugna 2, and just cancel the salve from Topson. They want this early tower. They want to get into enemy jungle because they know, you know, we're playing versus Magnus. There's going to be some stacks. But they want to start getting this invasion going. Start getting their advantage.
Bottom tower is under
Bottom
attack.
lane looks like the Willow was considering just teleporting out. Found themselves a little treat there. But over in the mid lane, the kickback over on the side, they take No Tail. Now Stoneman, he's got to try to run away here from Topson. He's not going to be able to do it. The life drain comes out, but there's a blink target off to the side. Spartan is going to help allow Topson to run away.
Dire's middle tower is under
And
attack.
that blink does give away the
Dire's
fact that there's a ward,
structures
but he
are
actually checks the wrong spot. It's just out of range of that opposite. Spartan knows it's there, though. He's probably going to buy another thing.
Dire's bottom tower
In
is
between
under
both
attack.
sentries, right? It's quite nice for the side of OG.
I do love this
Tower.
strat, though. Yeah,
Dire's
just
middle tower
constantly
has
just
fallen.
giving the chakra magic over to Wish, ripping down the tower, and like you said, they
is under
pull out that
attack.
sentry and immediately reward.
It's when you see that jump from the Ricky that you know, like, how the guys see me in the tree line. So, nicely done, good awareness. And they will force even the jump, even on it, to go TP back to the base because of Skylark's pressure.
So look at these tasty stacks that they can pick up now. That feels so bad right now. Saksa worked hard to go and put up these stacks. Gotta protect them, guys.
I mean, perfect stuff so far from Brame, honestly. Sure, they've given up a couple kills here and there, but overall, the way that their game plan, it's looking really solid right now. Invading, knowing that the stacks are there, putting the pressure onto mid tower. Now we'll probably see Wish go toward top, apply pressure there soon.
And
Let's see, maybe trying to get a kill first.
Got the 8th lens completed, the roll on over here towards the Ricky, but not gonna be able to quite follow up now. Stoneman has to retreat. I think about going back in though. You can see the pings. Skylark just
They're really
doing
just trying to take advantage.
Tidehunter thing.
How weak OG is at the moment. OG cannot fight
Dire's
back.
middle
They have to pretty much
tower
like
is
bring
under
like the
attack.
Magnus and the Willow, it feels like, to fight versus the Earth Spirit and the Pugna. Like these two can actually apply so much pressure onto the map, and now we're seeing OG make
Dire's
Magnus
top
is starting to
tower
make
is
the way
under
over.
attack.
They're getting a little sick of Wish's shenanigans.
The little green gobbo there. I guess he's a skeleton, right? Not
Yeah.
quite a goblin.
It's okay, kind of looks.
Right, doesn't he? Reminds me of Jenkins. But top lane, they throw down the brambles. Saksa immediately goes into the Shadow Realm, throws out the Cursed Crown. We'll be able to stop Skylark in his tracks, but
is under
did feel a
attack.
little bit close for that little fairy.
I mean, I'm just looking at the way the map is positioned at the moment. This is so excellent for Brame. Like Spartan's able to chill bottom and farm. Curse is farming the jungle fine. Tidehunter is pressuring top, gathering creeps, and also pressuring the tower. While OG,
Dire's
they're on the
top
full
tower
defensive.
is under
Everyone's kind of
attack.
sticking around each other. They're not able to really make their own aggressive moves. They're having to be responsive. This is a good start here, and Brame needs to keep this up. As you know, we know that
top
looming
tower
late game
is
will
under
eventually
attack.
hit when those empowers do get in. But this is some really good stuff. Focus is getting pretty close to his battlefield already.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Smoke coming out from the side of OG.
Dire's
Gonna
top
see if they
tower
can make
is under
something
attack.
happen with these trio.
Yeah, Brew is 6, Saksa just short of the 6. He really wants it versus Pugna. It adds a big element
Radiant's
to just
bottom
kill the
tower
Pugna during
is
the
under
prep.
attack.
This is going on. Skylark is, of course, taking that top tower. The roll in from Stoneman, and the teleports are coming out. That's a big silence coming through here. Follow them. Oh, but they have the Ravage. Even though they have that Terrorizer, going to follow up. Down goes Wish. trying to use that Bedlam in as well, but Skylark is very tanky. Curse Crown will proc though. Stomina now running himself out. Topson clicking away over here at Skylark. No tail. Go for a little bit of a dive here. Does not have that split already though. It already went down during the earlier portion of the fight, so they do manage to collect on the Brewmaster.
Okay, but chaos caused. That's OG coming back in the game quite
Radiant's
significantly.
bottom
They
tower
bring
has
Ana
fallen.
down bottom too, gets a kill with the Omni slash onto the Coddle. So all in all, really good move from him. Great smoke, use of both ultis. The Willow just hitting 6 for that terrorize there too. Perfect. The Ravage kind of wasted there for Brave. And OG benefits quite heavily.
Definitely a move that was necessary. Again, we've yet to see Ceb come on in here with the RP just yet, so they still have that threat, but they're going to respond with their own smoke gank here, and there is a double damage over in the bottom rune spot. I'm sure they're expecting someone to show up. In fact, Topson will oblige the roll in the life drain, and down goes Topson. Oh, and then SSA Spartan doing classic SSA Spartan things where he runs up the side by himself right into the enemy core. I'm not sure you want to fight this, Brame. I'm gonna considering it.
Yeah, they really want to try to contest this triangle because they know how weak OG is. Like, Brewmaster ult's down, Omni Slash is down, Willow ult's down. Like, they want to try to invade this triangle, get rid of these stacks.
Ooh, they're going for the roll.
Pressure.
Ceb runs away. Everyone's just grouped up within this. Oh, the stacks!
They're doing it. They're starting to.
Have to contest this here. See Ceb getting into position. Nice blinding light. Stomina rolling on out. Skylark is still here. Wish over the back lines. Getting the life drain off over to their pool. Needs to be careful though because they draft right back and trick it. Doing a lot. RP comes through as well. Wish goes down. And now it looks like they'll be able to claim themselves a pelt of the bear as the rest of Brame on the run. Ooh, Topson, he was hoping he could grab Stoneman in here. Not going to be able to quite find it, but he'll find Spartan instead and chase after him. Get himself a double kill. Stoneman running now from Ana. Oh, the block comes out. Down goes the Air Spirit. And now it is just the tanky Skylark who is left. And it's not looking like he's going to survive this, although they look like they'll back off a little bit here, but I don't know. Teleport's coming out, the buyback from Stoneman, and they want this kill on no-till. They need to get something from this, so they will be able to collect that kill on the position 5. But look at this, look at Topson, look at Ana. So they're coming right back in again. They get the Omni slash off, and down goes Stoneman. And Skylark now chasing after them is silenced up, but again, he's a big tanky boy. Love to put some more damage. They throw out that blast, and they just don't have anything to cancel out this teleport from Ana, so he is out. No problem here. Sox is going to be able to flick those little wings away, but hey, take a look. They still have the stack.
Skylark, he's like, I don't care, we all died, I'm still thinking.
Topson needs to be very careful here. They're gonna try to go back in. Topson looking at Wish with the goo-goo eyes. He'd love to get a kill here. Spartan, though, needs a little bit of assistance. They do manage to use the Decrepify. Just coming back around. I hear a Ravage going on the other side. Oh, no tail goes down while we're just watching as they chase after Topson. He wants this kill so bad, Fog. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it. Look at Spartan. He wants that. Soxa, though, is going to go down here to the big old bear. Ana slicing away over here, over at Focus. Spinning, trying to do anything he can, but there it is. There's the little battery coming out from Wish as he keeps him alive. And now Ana, he's left pretty much alone. They're set nearby, but there's not much that he can do. Topson jumping right back in again. Does have that shroud as he chases after Wish, but he cannot get this kill. And Skylark, again, just swinging around in the middle of all of them. Throwing out the taunt. Says, come and get me, OG, if you dare.
And RP's back up in 10 seconds, and I'm pretty sure we had RP start the entirety of that last 2-minute fight that kind of just went on. And Ben, this is what we want to see, though, from these teams. You know, Frame is bringing the battle back. You know OG's going to bring the battle back to you, so I love that they're just attempting to go for that high ground there. They take away most of the Ancients, still 2 of the big ones, but some good stuff. Even though they all got wiped, they're still persistent to make their way back up there. But now, Ana got a lot of space from this, and so did Topson, to be honest. They got a lot of the big kills. Topson actually had the defuse. It felt like he was a lot more behind in this game, but now he's going to be able to do some damage. The Coddle is just straight food. Every time more Spartan shows his face, he's just going to pretty much instantly die to Topson.
I'm pretty sure Spartan is very used to that, though, to be quite honest.
That's true.
He is definitely the long-suffering support on the side of Brame. But yeah, you know, I like the fact that, you know, these skirmishes keep breaking out. I don't even know if you can call them skirmishes at this point, right? Because they last for so long. All my years of casting SA Dota have prepared me for games like this.
These are just wars, you know. Anytime OG's playing is a war.
We love to see it. Always
They're
an
always going to bring the
entertaining
battle
time.
back to you. even if they can't, right? Like the famous thing, you know, they're like monkeys, right? That's what Kurogi said. They're just gonna run at you aimlessly. It doesn't matter. They're just gonna run into you and just keep bringing the battle. And that's why they, you know, that whole famous saying happened where it's like we must just pick heroes that are good versus like running you, like gyro and stuff. It's always good to just have the constant battle. And Brame, their draft is definitely very battle ready always. And now they're getting this great farm, you know, focus. He did get that good time Battle Fury, so still looking pretty solid for them.
Radiant's top tower
He
is under
almost
attack.
manages to get the roll off in time, but nope, Sox is out. Top tower is, of course, getting blinked away here by Ceb. Gonna have those Greaves online soon, and the blinks queued up.
I like that. I like that he's going for the Greaves this game rather than going for Blink. I think it's really nice versus the Pugna, versus the Silences as well, and just more healing. They have Healing Ward, they have Greaves. It could trip up Rame's draft quite a bit if they don't find those targets on the initial go.
You didn't see that.
Skylar just enjoying the view over here by the side. Does have the Ravage back up and running, but do you see some movement coming out now from the side of Brame as they're headed over towards this top side of the Dire jungle. They throw down a ward, hoping to get some vision.
Are they gonna try forcing the Rosh? Okay. They have the Flats on Skylar. They have the
Ceb.
Gush when they break the linkage, and they have the Ursa, so...
Be very careful. They're smoking to Seed, of course, up and running. Could see a very big RP, but look at this line that they have to cross. In fact, they get the jump first. So they'll silence up Ceb, they'll knock him back. Not gonna be able to get in that pit as easily. Again, they still have the Ravage here. There'll be the split being committed now by No-Tail. They'll go and use the Curse Crown as well. Yules is gonna get used on the back line here, or rather the Panda throwing up the Tornado, but everything is just so split. Look at this. You've got Pandas running after SSA Spartan. You got a whole fight on the back lines. Focus just can't figure out where he wants to go. He sees Ceb over there. No-Tail. All right, the split is over. This could work in their favor, but Topson on the back line, hoping maybe that he can get a quick pick off, make this a little bit easier for them. There's no force step yet over onto Spartan, so he is gonna go down. But they'll be able to return and get themselves a kill now. It's No-Tail next to fall. They don't have vision over here onto Topson, but they get the roll forward over here onto Ceb. Ceb, he needs help. The kickback, he's just surrounded by too many of these heroes. He's not looking like he's gonna survive this. Down he goes. Wish gets himself a double kill. They did buy back on Spartan for this, but now, okay, they're gonna buy back now on Ceb. They don't want to allow them to get this Roche. Ana needs to be a little bit careful here. We'll throw out the spin. Double damage over onto Topson, though. He can absolutely blow up one of these supports, or maybe even a bear here. Smokescreen does get dropped.
Skylar's too beefy. He's too much of a wall for them to get through. He's just parking himself in this river outside Roche, and they're having to give a lot of respect to it. Now, no Bruce split available, since they had to use it that last time to try to get these kills, and they're still eager. You know, that ED on Topson, he still wants to try to find something. Yep, again, look at Skylar.
Rolling on into the pit. They'll get the jump to silence. This is looking like a decent amount of damage on Skylar, but it's not enough to take him down. Again, Rambles get thrown down. Snowman should be able to roll on out. Another Illuminate getting tossed, and they have a nice position over here. Uh-oh. Skylar, need to be careful, but without the DD, maybe not as easy to take down. They'll use that defusal, though. Silence up. Oh, the Decrepify comes out. We'll be able to protect him very easily here, but okay, heals up against the Rabbit. They immediately take out No-Tail. He is not going to be a part of this fight. Skylar's still alive and out over here. He's going to need some assistance. Topson, though, managing to find the opening over to Skylar, but the Rabbit is already out. Nice RP coming out from the Ceb as they go, and they just slice through the side of Brain here. Down goes Stone. Skylar, though, he fought back. He doesn't want to let them take advantage of this fight as they chase after Ana. Wish is looking, trying to find this opening, and he is just so damn tanky. Spartan throwing up the Illuminate, knows that they're all going to be around here. Does need to be careful, though. Topson aware that he's in this vicinity. And look at this big old Tide Hunter. They have nothing to cancel out this teleport coming out from that Dark Willow, but that's like all their big R buttons at this point, Fogged.
Yeah, Ceb finally landing the clutch RP there at the end for them to solidify the fight. And it's still, you know, Roche is still up, still quite healthy, and I think Bray might now back away, might give a little bit more respect. But there is no Magnus RP, and there is no Omni Slash, so we'll see what they do make of that, since they don't have their Ravage on their side too.
That RP looked
crazy fights.
So much better than I thought it was. And we do have a Sleeping Dart now over on Topson.
He did get it, okay.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good item in particular versus Ursa. You can just, like when he pops in rage, you just sleep him and ignore him and go back. They also can then ignore the Tide Hunter in a lot of situations. So there's some hidden potential.
All right, look at this. There's the Ravage off. They get No-Tail immediately. And you can see Ceb waiting, patiently looking for the opening. They're all grouped up. Topson gets the kill onto the Tide. Skewer forward over onto 2.
Just misses Wish. Which he gets the 2.
I thought Focus
Yeah,
was
Focus.
dead there for sure, but
I have no idea how he gets out, yeah.
when you're too low to hit a courier, feels bad.
Topson.
He's very low. I think he's fine though. He can teleport out. Yeah, he's out of there. Get a smoke though. Oh, if he was a little bit slower actually on that
Radiant
teleport, he would have broken that
scanning.
smoke. Bit of bad luck there for Topson. Or good luck for Brame, depending on how you want to look at it.
Big fan of actually how Wish has decided to build his Pug in this game. He's gone for his own Ghost Scepter, so he can always use the Crepify on his teammates, and also that he can protect himself overall versus the Dispels, because there's a Brewmaster. So there's a lot of different ways covering and protecting himself, and then this plate. Like if they do get the jump onto the Tider, there's a Tommy, get the Creps off as initiation.
All right, yeah, the split gets used here, but Saksa taking a lot of damage. He'll turn right back around, though, to get the kill on Stoneman, and he's gonna buy back. Again, Skylark, he's a big tanky boy, so they're just trying to ignore him, and they're just ripping apart these pandas here. They want to get rid of No-Tail, if possible. They're just leaving Skylark kind of high and dry over on the back end. Looks like he's going to be able to survive. Gets the Ravage off. As they'll follow Topson, he was hunting, he wanted Wish, but he's not going to be able to get it because it looks like Focus won't be able to collect himself a kill here. Brambles will hold him into place with Stoneman. Oh, he's hungry. He wants that kill on No-Tail. Focus just running around a big ol' angry bear here. Throws out the enrage, chases after Saksa. Wish is going to be the one who gets the kill. The Crepify over the side, the roll from Stoneman, and the kick back over the 5-3. This is a dead end if I've ever seen one. And now Ceb, he looks like he's going to be the next one to fall, despite the fact he's using his bullwhip, trying to get out. That is a double kill now for
Radiant's middle
Focus.
tower
And
is
that's going to
under
be the
attack.
Roche.
Great fights coming out from Brame. I mean, Stoneman is doing so much work on this Earth Spirit. He's catching. He's pretty much the entire catch of the team, and he's getting the right ones every time. It's really good stuff coming in. Also, just Wish. Ways to reset the fight. Yeah, really solid ways of fighting here from Brame and OG. They're not able to battle back. You know, Ceb having to use that buyback in the last team fight overall, it's really stagnated his growth. He doesn't have the Greaves finish. Now he got the Blink after the fight finished, so the positioning is just really difficult for OG to take any of these fights and just get a good start of the fight. Brame can just walk in, let the Tidehunter give all the information in the world, and then his team picks up targets.
I mean, it helps when you're a big beefy lad that no one can kill.
Yeah.
This makes things right of it. Now he's got a Blink Dagger. I don't even think he needs it, honestly. I think that he can still just waltz on in with his face. But now he can...
It's just really clever the way that they're actually doing it, because in a lot of games as a Tidehunter, when you're playing versus Jug, you have this fear that you can just, you get Omni'd, you die in the Omni, and you can't Ravage, right? Because the Omni's going on. But the fact that they have this Pugna, with the way that Wish is playing and the way that he built, he always has the cover. He will always be able to blink, protect his Tidehunter. So this is just a good display of them understanding the way that they wanted to play the game, and they're delivering right now. 4K advantage. Pretty hurt at the moment.
This is not looking good here for Sox as he gets found by Focus and Stoneman, and he's not going to be able to teleport out. And down goes the Dark Willow.
Unstoppable Ursa.
Radiant's
Both
top
has
tower
Asher
is
finished
under
up now
attack.
too.
Radiant's top tower.
The big ol' bear, that's for sure. Top lane, they see Topson, they want this kill, they'll knock him back, they throw out the gush, and down he goes.
Radiant's middle tower is under
You're
attack.
dead.
Radiant structures are
Oh,
fortified.
Edge Dominic just feels like he's everywhere. I swear, it's like he just was gone, and then he just hop again for the next kill. He's... The reason.
He made a big splash, I would say, last season here in the European DPC. I think he gained a lot of fans, honestly. He is a very aggressive player. I mean, that's, you know, we joke that we see teams with SSA Spartan. He's usually the most aggressive, but he's just very good at his positioning, and he made such incredible plays last season. So this does not surprise me, honestly. His Earth Spirit is excellent.
He was absolutely the standout from him and Wish were the two that were just really surprised me with some of their moves. Is on a bottom, they do get the bash connection.
Teleports are coming out as well here. You've got Thunder, they're coming out from Stoneman and Baldwin with a beautiful Blink Ravage. They do manage to get the split off, but Seth pushing all the way back over here, uses the RP. It doesn't seem to do a whole heck of a lot as Eliminate is going to get tossed out. And Skylark will go down. They already got the Ravage off. Focus will go down. Stoneman is, they're a little far. They're a little bit too deep here as down goes Stoneman, and now Focus is just trying to focus on someone. They're gonna hit off over here on the Dark Will of Obscure right back again. Will punish them for diving just a little bit too far here. And Spartan says, oh dear God, please, I don't want Topson to find me. Topson though, his spidey senses tingling. He's looking for him. He's doing a little bit of peekaboo here in the trees, but he's not gonna be able to find him. Not this time.
Radiant are
And just
scanning.
like that, the game state returns to being pretty comfortable and pretty okay for OG. Just in one quick fashion. The RP bringing them completely out of range, and I mean, we're gonna keep watching Spartan. 'Cause
Yeah, Spartan. He's trying so hard, but look at this Topson. The blinks right forward. Decrepify does come out from Wish. They're gonna try to teleport him out, but not gonna be able to do it. Now, Wish needs to be careful that he doesn't just chain feed here. So they do use the bullwhip on him, slows him down a tiny bit, but that Pugna, he is a very fast fella.
I mean, they got a little too overeager, it feels like. They dove past the tier 1, it gets skewered into
Radiant's
tier
middle
2,
tower has
RP'd,
fallen.
and then it's dream place for OG to fight, really.
You can't make mistakes like this against OG. They are 100% going to punish you, so.
You can't make
Radiant's
mistakes like
top
that. You have to be
tower is under
cautious.
attack.
You know, you're playing into a Manta Jug. Like, even the small things, right? Like, Ana, I believe he, like, Manta dodged the rolling boulder, which allowed him to get out of range of the Ravage, which then caused this whole spiral of events that allowed OG to just dominate that fight. Because just in a comfortable spot, now to Jug, he's taking that risk with the Scotty.
It is indeed, but this is not looking super great here for Topson. The rolling coming out from Stallman and the life drain. Down goes Topson. Doing a bit of his own dive here.
Just standard Topson making space in a very, very bizarre place, but
In a very Topson way.
yep. We love him for it.
We do indeed. So yeah, it's been a very tight game. Were you expecting it to be this tight?
I mean, Brame just had a huge window where they could really take over the game. This last moment just completely switched everything. Like, Ana is just totally back, and he actually has good ways to deal with like BKBs and sticking on targets. It's completely shifted. I didn't expect to see this from Brame, but I also was very reluctant to just jump on the OG train. It's been some time since they had some rough situations to it now. RP, Skylar.
He almost managed to get out, but down he goes. Spartan now running for his life. He's gonna have to leave Stallman behind here. As No-Till will turn back around, or rather Focus is jumped in over here. Stallman rolling forward. Just a couple of these nice hits off. Those grooves coming in handy. Focus still trying to run away. The Bramble holding them into place. No-Till. Oh, but look at this Wish. He's got to be the little battery who keeps him alive. As Stallman does indeed get left behind, he is going to be the sacrifice. But they do manage to get Focus out.
You see that they're just throwing RPs, they're throwing Omnis on the Tide now. They're seeing how important he is, and this time Wish was not in range to get the trap. Nowhere near, actually. So OG now starting to get their own footing, starting to get some actual map control too, rather than playing on defensive. No-Till buys a gem. The sentry towards.
This is a dead Spartan.
Difficult for Brayman.
Was not enough.
Is pieces. But
Radiant's top
yeah.
tower is under attack.
Down goes this middle tower, though. You don't have stamina enough, you don't have your Tide Hunter, so you just let this one go.
And
Radiant's middle
Ana's
tower
build is
has
all kicking together. He's 5-1 and 8 this game. The Scotty really good versus these little heals that are coming up from their team, and now just Butterfly straight up countered versus the Ursa, as he's gonna have to go all the way into an MKB to be able to hit him. Now he has Basher. He has to go for a completely different item than just finishing it up to Abyssal.
Yeah, he just went and he switched around his build, too, the second he said that, because he has to. Absolutely has to.
It's Butterfly and the Elven.
Yeah.
It's like you're not going to do anything, and you are about counteracting the Jug at this point. Ursa has to start being that one to deal with him. He's really getting out of control.
Radiant are scanning.
And now this downtime, OG, they're a team that really does rely a bit on ultimates with the way that they've set themselves up in the draft. But look at this downtime. The ults are all just ticking, and Brame is just locked on their side of the map, unable to really do much of anything. So next fight that Brame looks to take, OG's gonna have everything available again.
Are they starting to lose their window now, is my question.
It's really starting to feel like it. This Pugna, he's starting to feel not as strong at all. The Tide Hunter is killable, and we're seeing this control. The Magnus, the Willow, even the Brewmaster just running these rulings into the backlines and scouting. It's a bit too much for Brame to deal with now.
And we do have the Blink Dagger picked up on Ursa now, so perhaps we can see something like a pickoff, but they're moving S5 here. In fact, they drop a ward immediately. Here's Bart backing off the roll forward, though. They're going to try to just take out No-Tail, and down he goes immediately. But the follow-up is coming in here as they turn, and they have an idea. Okay, follow up here with the Ravage, blink forward. They'll be able to go. They take down Ceb. They manage to almost take down Topson, not quite yet. Looks like he's going to be able to survive that, but the Dark Willow's not looking very healthy as Saxa does indeed go down. Topson going to be kept alive by the humble God's healing ward here.
I think
Now you're
that was No-Tail. He just purchased that gem. They get it Stoneman with a very beautiful roll, catching him up, picking him up on the high ground. Now OG,
Stoneman?
big one's alive.
Spots out Topson here and on the butt. That sleeping dart will only prolong this tower a little bit longer here, guys. This bear is going to get back up and he's going to be angry.
No Rosh up available, though they
Dire's
didn't
middle
get
tower
tier
is
2
under
either. So
attack.
they did get three heroes killed, but now their OG's back up in full force with their ults. And there is no Ravage, so we have to expect OG. Bottom lane's in a decent spot. Mid, they're pushing out. I think it's likely that they might look for some smoke movement here. Yeah, we see that again. The Blink Dagger coming out clutch for focus. This actually was a pretty good pickup, so he can follow up with the Ravage and get the kills during it, rather than going for the NPV.
Some big smiles going on there. I like it.
And OG, they're in. As we said, ulti's down, Ravage is not up. Trying to get
Dire's top
big
tower
out of it.
is under attack.
Doesn't look like they've managed to go and get any kills, but they have managed to collect some of that map presence again here as they took over the triangle.
Dire's
Again,
top
focus
tower
bottom
is
lane.
under attack.
Just continue to farming up. But it does feel, again, it's been a very tight game this entire time. Less than 1K net worth difference.
Dire's top
Look at
tower
that.
is under attack.
Well, someone needs to be careful. He's kind of stuck on the little, the pseudo cliff.
Good thing he got stuck on. If he rolled even like just a little
Yeah.
bit further, he was landing right in front of a jug and a Magnus. No-Tail's just sitting smoked inside the pit, waiting and waiting.
There's a double damage
Biding his
bottom.
time. Yeah, focus is right by that too.
Yeah, I hope he's, yeah, I think he sees it.
Double damage.
All right, it's go time.
And 20. They still don't have Ravage though. So
Skylark?
Skylark,
He needs to be careful. Oh, the blink away. You know
Dire's
they're hanging
middle
out around the
tower
pit.
is under attack.
Got a big angry bear. Basher and BKB, they'd love to get in there if possible, but like you said, they've got to wait for that Ravage. Don't think you want to
they
be...
get back up. 5 seconds, they can start looking to go.
Ooh, Sleeping Dart. Topson trying to just clean up on some of them. Immediately they follow up with the Decrepify. And that is the BKB though. And the double damage. Nice RP coming out from Seb. They'll follow up with the Ravage. And it just barely clips them at the very edge of this here. Stoneman buys back. And when it comes up, they're not finding a great position right now. This is looking really bad here for Wish as he's caught in the middle of it. Does have an A on this though. He's gonna be alright, but Stoneman is taking too much damage. He just fought back. He can't afford to go down here. Wish goes down. Stoneman goes down. They don't have the Ravage. Target now trying to run for his life as Skylark also just leaving the area. Oh, the jump forward. They want this kill on the Coddle. They're going to be able to get it. It's a double kill now for Topson. And Focus. Oh, Focus. He's chasing after a Fairy, and he can't quite get his claws on her. But you know what? No-Tail will be able to get the kill on the bear.
Oh my god. Yeah, they're gonna tip him for sure. Like, as soon as that BKB gets popped, he is so screwed. Like, they have so much control for him. With the RP, after the RP's finished, they just ignore him. Every year, No-Tail just keeps throwing him up against the second cyclone, then the Soxo also gets to control him, and hurts him to do nothing at this point. A phenomenal fight by OG, and now we're seeing the real big damage. Stoneman buys back, he dies, they lose the gem that they recovered, and they're gonna lose. Oof. That was a
Indeed.
brutal one.
It was
The
a
way that they take it too, it's the way that he
Radiant's
skewers, like
top
he
tower
tried to hit
is
the
under attack.
skewers, because I think he knew Skylar was gonna blink and Ravage, so he tried to pull the fight out of that situation. And it worked.
Radiant's
Topson
middle
going in
tower
deep
is
here.
under
They want
attack.
this kill on Spartan. They're just going to push him right back over into the arms of OG. Down he goes. So that was your one of your forms of witness there that has just been ripped away from you quite viciously. And there's no way that Wish wants to go anywhere near it.
Yeah, now you're playing versus 2 super carries with RP.
Radiant's middle
Or with
barracks has fallen.
the Empower, and now they're
Radiant's
just cleaning
middle
up his
barracks
Sprax
has
going
fallen.
from the top side too.
Oh, the jump forward. They're hoping maybe they can clean up No-Tail. Let's kick him back. And there's a little dag into the face, so they'll be able to take down No-Tail, but they've already lost some of these buildings, and the pressure is on. 11K net worth lead. They'll take another tower on their way out. Feeling pretty powerful right now.
Yep, they got what they came for. No-Tail never cares dying. You got Philly, earlier in the game. Who cares dying when you have Philly?
Interesting. Okay, so they're gonna go for Heaven's Halberd now. Just pick that up on Tidehunter.
Anything you can get to try to survive
Right.
through at least like an Omni or just any type of small little survival things. It's really getting out of control. The game. It's gotten quite out of hand. Too much control. Too many different forms that OG have. When they have all their ults, it really feels impossible. This is where Pugna really starts to fall off, right? Like, it's been like that for quite some time. Is the game just gets really difficult to play as a Pugna when you're playing into all of this. You have to be so perfect about your positioning. One little trip up and you're just a very squishy little skeleton.
I mean, I have to say that he has been very well positioned in a lot of these fights, though. They just have a lot of really good ways of closing those gaps, and eventually, you know, everybody starts to run away when the fight starts to go sideways, and then poor Pugna's trying to run out, and he sometimes gets left behind. It's usually Stolmanen, right, who ends up being the sacrifice, but he's also very in the face as well.
Oh, and I actually did say that they were able to recover the gem on the side. OG, they actually did it. Apology. I think the courier or something else got it. Because Stolman and he actually still has it. So at least they have that going. You know, they're going to know they're not under ward coverage for the most of the time. And they'll be at least able to spot the Ricky.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Why
Well, the MKB is now completed for the Ursa, so we'll see how much of a difference that's going to make. He is working on the Abyssal Blade as well. I'm just concerned that... look how fast he's getting. Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah, this Jug is just... Look at his armor. 50 armor. Look at the Solar Crest and the green behind it. He's an absolute beast. And even he's holding onto the Paladin in the backpack in case he sees situations where he's going to be able to swap
I
him
owe
in.
you one.
While the rest of OG was playing Dota, Anna was studying the blade.
He really was. 6 and 1 and 11. Well, he made the one little trip up where he just died, but besides that...
I think he's allowed one. Jump in, though. The push back immediately over here onto the Ursa. That is not the place he wants to be right now. They even go and use the Terrorize. He's just dead. Down for 89 seconds. Tower's just getting chopped away. Feels bad, man. Down goes the tower. The racks are going down. Spartan is just too forward here as he is going to get saved here for a moment, but I'm sure as soon as that wears off, he is dead. Ana is just running at them now. Sleeping Dart getting tossed out here by Topson. Get a roll out, be able to go do a life drain, but he doesn't seem to care. He's got an Aegis.
This Dart is super annoying. The cast range is so far. It actually is really obnoxious and allows his team to set up
Okay, well, it looks like they might be able to get the kill on Topson, but Stolmanen was just pushed too far out here. Oh, this is not looking good now for the Titan. He's trying to get himself into the base, and No-Tail Standards are just running in full force right now, which is a Huntis comes out, and the GG does indeed get called. So OG